Good evening, Marsh Gator families. My name is Jessica Camp.
And I'm Amy DeLuna. I'm your assistant principal here at Marsh.
I'm your principal here, and we just wanted to personally welcome you to Back to School Night. We know this is not the best of circumstances, but we're hoping that even though we cannot be together, this virtual presentation will provide you with some insight to your students and teachers, as well as give you some background information around some hot topics, including Edgenuity and our schedules. And so we're going to briefly go over that information with you, and then we're going to provide you with some resources following that. So let me go ahead and share with you our presentation. All right, so everything we're going to share with you tonight is shared with you in the document that was sent out through Aries Communication. And so what we wanted to go over is basically, we'll start with our schedule. So as you're aware, there is a daily schedule that your students are a part of. And in that daily schedule, they have 3 classes that they see daily. And in their classes, there's a set time for Zoom, which is where our teachers will do some pre-teach or some reteach around the Edgenuity courses that your students are doing. And then they will see those 3 teachers throughout the day. The remaining time is for those students to work directly in their Edgenuity. And please don't forget that our teachers are holding office hours at the end of the day. So that is part of the schedule built in. So you'll see from 12:20 to 12:30 is built-in teacher office hours. That's where they're holding small group interventions as well. But if your child ever needs help, please make sure you're reaching out to those teachers and getting them the support they need. In addition, we are on a rotation schedule week by week. So we have an A schedule and then a B schedule. This schedule is posted on the front of our Marsh Junior High School website for your convenience, but it will tell you week by week which schedule we are in and day by day which schedule we're in. As far as assignments go, students will be receiving assignments different ways. So some of our teachers are posting assignments or supplementary materials in their Google Classroom. So it's really important that our students are checking their .NET emails daily. As teachers post these assignments in Google Classroom, there will be a notification sent to our students. What you're going to do is when you get into Google Classroom, your student needs to check in with the classwork tab at the top, and then you'll see any assignments will be posted below. And if they click on that assignment, it'll open up and tell them exactly what they need to do. As far as Edgenuity, this is set up day by day. So students, when they log in, they'll be able to see the daily assignment title, as well as the different components. So warm-ups, some instruction, they'll have a summary, assignments, and then quizzes. Now we know Edgenuity is not just a new platform for our students, but it's also a learning curve for our teachers as well as for our families at home. And so we want to make sure that we're providing you with supports to be able to help your student, as many of you are taking on that role at home as well. So as you know, teachers are starting to use a hybrid of Edgenuity, Zoom, and Google Classroom. And what this tab right here is going to show you is basically any parent resources that we can provide. We wanted to do so on one page for you. So in this document, you're going to see a video that's all about introducing you to Edgenuity. What is Edgenuity? What does the platform look like? In addition, there's a document on student experience. So when the students log in, what do they actually see? And then probably most important, we wanted to provide you with some virtual tips in setting your students up for success in their virtual learning. So please take a moment when you get a chance to view all of those documents. And as always, we're here to help support you with this transition as well. Really important is that you have access to your students' progress, and you should have received a link from your student's first period teacher giving you an access code to be able to log into your Edgenuity parent portal. If you did not receive that, reach out to us because we can definitely get you access. But what that's going to provide you is a account of how your student is progressing through their lessons. So if they're on task, or I'm sorry, on target, behind target, or ahead of target, you'll be able to see their progress indicator bar. In addition, you'll be able to see in each class how they are performing in the assignments they're doing. So it's really important that you pay close attention to both of those pieces, as both are taken into account when it's coming up with their Edgenuity grade. In addition, you'll have a progress report that's sent to your email. We use the email that you had put into your Aries parent portal, and that will send you a daily email of your students' progress. So be looking for that. Again, if you're not receiving those, let us know and we'll find out why. As part of the parent portal, you'll be able to also see what your students' attendance log looks like. That'll give you how much time they're investing in each subject. Again, even though your child's only seeing their teachers 3 periods a day, they should be looking at all of their Edgenuity courses, periods 1 through 6. If they need additional support and they didn't see that teacher during that Zoom session, that would be an ideal time to reach out to your teachers during their office hours so you can get the support you need to help your children at home. And again, just some best practices for our students are listed here. One of that would be focusing on your Edgenuity coursework. Please do not distribute those passwords and email or usernames as other students would be able to get in. Working on one course at a time, so focus in on one course, get through what you need to get through, and then move on to another. You will get announcements from your teachers, again, checking emails and Google Classrooms for those announcements. And then what we found to be really important is that students are taking notes on their Edgenuity coursework as they go through. These notes can be just their e-notes, or it could also be guided notes, but we're finding that by them taking these notes, they're finding more success when they get to their quizzes, which seem to be very challenging in Edgenuity. So please take your time, give it your best, and if you need support, reach out to your teachers during their office hours. Next, I'm going to have our assistant principal, Amy DeLuna, go over our expectations for students during our distance learning.
Okay, so I will talk a little bit about our expectations and what it means to be a PBIS school, which is what we are here at Marsh. PBIS stands for Positive Behaviors, Interventions, and Supports. And what we're really trying to push is teaching kids what our expectations are in a positive way. Right from the get-go. So this first week of school, we rolled out a few videos and we've attached the links so that when you have time, you can go in and take a look. The first video we pushed out was what the Gator Way is in relation to PBIS. And our motto here at Marsh is to be respectful, responsible, and safe. And that's what we really push. Our kids know that's the motto. And we just continue to go over that throughout the school year. So take a look at that video when you get a chance. We also pushed out a COVID safety video through Powtoons, which you'll see as there's the second link. And third, we talked about our Zoom norms. I know our teachers have been talking about expectations when on Zoom. And just so that you understand the expectations as a parent, when your child is on Zoom, we're really wanting them to be engaged, logging in on time, making sure their video's on so the teachers can interact with them. Dressed for school, we're really trying to create a school atmosphere as much as possible through this online learning. Then we also have our attendance expectations. That was the next video we pushed out through PBIS. And you've probably seen some of our Aries communications that have gone out congratulating some of our winners, but we're rewarding our students each week. If they have perfect Zoom attendance, they go into a drawing and we pick 8 winners each week. We'll call home, they get their name on our website and they get mailed home a prize, which could include a Dutch Bros gift card or an In-N-Out gift certificate. So our kids are pretty excited about that. It's fun making those positive phone calls. So please encourage your child to log in every day on time so they can be entered into that drawing. As a parent, what we ask from you is just to check that Edgenuity account. Again, making sure your child's logging in at the appropriate time, and then communicating with teachers and with admin or counseling. If you have any concerns, we really appreciate your feedback. This is an ever-evolving program, and we're making adjustments as we go. So the more feedback we get from you, the better. And just keep those calls coming and encourage your kids to reach out to their teachers as well and connect with them during those office hours.
Awesome. So we wanted to briefly just go over what is our procedures and what do they look like as far as helping support students. So really important is that students are checking, like I said, their Google Classrooms, but also checking their .NET emails because teachers are going to send out important reminders to students about upcoming lessons. So Zoom guidelines, Amy went over those a little bit, but basically we want to make sure that students are actually arriving to these Zooms just a few minutes early so that they're ready to go. Sitting at a desk or a table, not necessarily on the bed or the floor or the couch, in a quiet place without distractions, and having their materials ready with their cameras on so that teachers can interact with them. And then our teachers worked hard training students how to use the raise their hand piece of Zoom, so making sure they're raising their hand so that they're not interrupting lessons. And so as far as parents, we want to make sure that you know how to check in with your child's assignments. So on Google Classroom, if you go to the stream portion, you'll be able to see what your students have in their upcoming assignments. There's also a tab under classwork that'll tell you exactly what has been assigned and the due dates for each of those assignments. So those are two areas in Google Classroom to check. As far as Edgenuity, the parent portal will give you updates on your child's progress. There's a few different grades. The overall grade tells you basically how your child's performing on their current assignments. However, the actual grade takes into account your child's progress as well. So the actual grade gives a more accurate account of your child and how they're doing in their Edgenuity platform. So Amy's going to talk to you. We do send a lot of communication, but we feel that it's super important that our families stay connected to our school, regardless of our distance. So as far as communication, there's a few different ways we do this. So Amy, do you mind going over that with staff or with our
family? No problem. So we're going to communicate with you in a variety of ways, and one of the ways is going to be through email. And teachers will be emailing students on their .NET account, and we'll also be sending out emails through your Aries Parent Portal account. So please make sure you're checking your email regularly. We'll also be communicating through Google Classroom. I know teachers will be posting assignments and daily messages on those Google Classrooms. They'll be putting their Zoom links, any links to activities. A lot of times they record their Zoom sessions, and also when they add tutorial help and things like that. So please make sure to check the Google Classroom daily. And then Aries communication. I'm sure you've all received many Aries communications, but that is the easiest and most consistent way that we can get announcements out to you. So please make sure to look at those when you get them. We'll be sharing out attendance, progress reports, grades, everything you can imagine on those Aries communications. So please take the time to read those. And then again, teacher office hours are every day from 12:30 to 2:30. So please encourage your child to take advantage of those times. Teachers are there to help, one-on-one, small group, anything that they need. Please utilize that. How can you communicate with us? Whatever is easiest for you, I encourage you to utilize that. But you can get a hold of us through email. You can call the main office, reach out to counseling. But please do reach out with any concerns or comments that you have. We love to hear the positives that are happening out there so we can share with our teachers. I know with the way things are right now, the more positives that we can get to share with them, the better. And any successes that you have, we'd love to hear those as well. If you'd like to reach out just for some extra help, you can also set up that time with teachers. They can set up special office hours for you. And then as far as whole school communication, please make sure to check out our Facebook page, our website. We have an Instagram account and a Twitter account. Again, Aries Communication, and then we also have our PTSO Facebook page up and running as well. So please make sure to check all those out, and we'd love to hear from you.
So during this time, we really believe that creating those connections, those relationships, and that community between the school and home is even more important with the distance learning. So our counseling department has gone to great strides to create some platforms for our students to be able to engage in some social emotional learnings and supports. So students have access to utilize our counselors in a few different ways. First of all, there's the website, which has links directly to our counseling. And you'll see that Mrs. Snyder's services, last name's A through K. Mrs. Buckham services L through Z. And then we are fortunate enough to have a youth intervention counselor, Jorge Salazar, who reaches out to all of our students to help provide some supports and interventions to them. So in it, they also have, if a student needs to receive counseling services, there's an electronic counseling request form included in this tab, but it's also on our website. Basically, it leads them to a form that lets them request a counselor. It lets the counselor know what's going on and how they can best support. And then the counselor will then reach out to those students. So we encourage you to have your child use that counseling request form if they need counseling services in any capacity. Also, there is the counseling page listed here, as well as an introduction to what social emotional learning is and counseling resources. So each of our counselors created a virtual counseling office that is also part of the resources that you can find on these tabs. So please take a moment. You'll see in the document that we share out to you that there is also information from our counselors video there as well linked. And above all, we hope that you have a wonderful evening tonight, spending time with your families and reviewing some important pieces regarding your child's education this year. As Amy DeLuna said, we are here for you. If there's anything whatsoever that comes up, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We can communicate via email or phone, either way. But most importantly, your input is crucial in helping us adapt and create the best educational learning platform for your children. So thank you. Have a wonderful evening, and we look forward to a time when we can actually see each other in person. All right. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. Take care.
See you soon.